Now this is a test trade alert I created just for the purpose of this video. So whatever I've said in this trade alert, just disregard it. It's not a trade alert. It's just for the purposes of this video. So here we can see we've got a screenshot of TradingView, and we've got three different zones. We've got the buy zone where you would purchase. We've got the profit zone where you would take profit, and we've got the stop zone here, which would be the stop loss. Here I usually put a little bit of information about the trade, why it could be a potentially good trade, and then I had a risk reward ratio at the end as well. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to input the trade, how to purchase, how to set your stop loss, how to set your take profit, and then I'll go over the risk reward ratio. So the main things I use for this are Binance and 3Commas. Now 3Commas is a paid program. You don't necessarily need to use it. You can still use Binance. However, using 3Commas, it allows you to place this take profit and the stop loss simultaneously. So if you're only using Binance, you could only place a stop loss or a take profit. You can't do both. However, with 3Commas, you can place 3Commas trades on Binance. It's just a third-party integration for Binance. So with 3Commas, you can set a take profit and a stop loss at the same time. That way, if a trade runs overnight when you're sleeping, you know you're protected on both sides, whether the price comes down and it stops out and protects your crypto, or the price goes up and it cashes out into profit. So I do actually recommend using 3Commas. It's a very good software. So first of all, what I would do is I would find out where the zones are. So you see the buy zone here, 1680 to 1690. Now, if I just put 1680 to 1690, this isn't $1,680 to 1,690. This is the Satoshi level. You can see here, if I just go on it like so, if you see down here, 1686, rather than putting all the zeros, which just makes it confusing for everyone, I simply just put 1680, 1690, just makes it much more simpler to use. So we can see here the buy zone is at 1680 to 1690. The first thing to do is identify if this coin or token, which is ONT, is in the buy zone right now. So we could either go on to something like TradingView, type it in and check here if it's in the buy zone, or we could just simply go over to Binance, log in, go on the advanced exchange, click up here and type in the identifier in this box here. So where we would find the identifier is either here in the trade or in the title. I would have it ONT BTC, or you can simply look on the screenshot here, ONT BTC at the top left. So we want to make sure we are on the BTC section on Binance here. You may be on BNB or Alts or whatever. Make sure you're on the BTC if it's trading BTC, and we simply just type in ONT. Then we click it, and then the ONT chart will come up. Now, on the Bitcoin Blueprint 2.0, I've got a complete tutorial of 3Commas, Binance, TradingView, everything like that. So if you need more information, I would definitely recommend joining that. But I'm going to give you more than enough in this video to get you on your way. So now we are on Binance. What we want to do is purchase the crypto. So we can see here, this is the current trading price, 1685. These are all the buy orders and these are all the sell orders. So what you want to do, you want to have a Bitcoin in your Binance account, of course, and you want to come over to a limit buy. You can market buy, but it will just buy at the market price. So although it says 1685 now, you may end up buying it for like 1690, just because whatever the market price is, it really depends what orders get fulfilled. So I come over to limit price here, and the price here is the price of the asset that you're purchasing in Bitcoin. So this is the Satoshi level. So this price here, you want to be putting in something around in between these two, or if the price is already in between those two, you can set the price what you want for. So for example, the highest buy order is 1682. If I just wanted to get it fulfilled, I could just put 1683. I then can select the amount of ONT I want. For example, if I want 1,000, I would just type in 1,000, and we can see that will cost 0.16 Bitcoin. So I could click purchase like so, and it brings it up down here. Now this may get filled pretty quickly. We can see the yellow arrow. Mine is the first one to get filled. It's already been 6% filled like so. Amount 1,000, and this is the price. This is the way I do it, guys. I usually buy on Binance and then go into 3Commas and do it. But you can also go in 3Commas, click on Smart Trade, and you can And you can also go on smart trade. So for example, here you would go ONT BTC, you would click on that, and then you would, for example, if you wanted to purchase 1,000 like I did on Binance, the price you wanted to pay 18.65, let's say, and you can see here it would do that, and then you can go on and set your take profit and set your stop loss. You can also do that as well, and it is more streamlined to do that. I just like purchasing it on Binance just because if the market moves, I can quickly change the direction and I don't have to go and edit the whole trade with the take profit and stop loss. I just prefer doing it on Binance, purchasing it, and then going over to 3 commas and going on smart sell. So smart sell is basically where you've already bought the coin or token on Binance or whatever exchange you bought it on, and you just want to sell it. So with the take profit and the stop loss. So this hasn't been filled right now. Sometimes it can take time. We can see it's only been 5% filled right now. And I don't even have that many of it, to be honest. 16.83 is the price. I'm still up there at the top, so technically I should be getting filled next if people come into the market and purchase. 38% filled there. I'm not sure we'll wait for it all to be filled. I'm sure you get the idea. Once it fills, you can see the balance in here, or you can simply go to order history and you can see that was yesterday's, so we're still in the queue here. We're still waiting for it to be actually fulfilled. So I'm just going to cancel this right now. Let's just pretend we actually purchased all of that and we got our fulfillment. So you want to see exactly how much you bought. You can go into order history and you can see ONT here. I actually got 387.75. That's the amount I was able to purchase. So these two numbers are what we're going to need to plug it into 3 commas. These two numbers right here, the price we bought it at and the amount filled. So once we go over to 3 commas, we go over to smart sell. Then of course we type in ONT up here, which we're already on, ONT BTC, which we are on. We then want to select the units we purchased. So as I said, we need the filled 387.75. So 387.75. These are the units we purchased. And what price did we purchase them at? Well, 16.83. So we come over here and it's already got it there set for me, which is good. This is the amount we paid, 0.06 Bitcoin. Now this is where we want to set the take profit and set the stop loss. We go back over to our trade alert and the take profit. So there's different zones here you can see. We've got 1700 to 1740. Now this just really depends on what you're looking for, maybe potentially how greedy you want to be with the trade. So you could set your take profit for 1700, the lower level of the zone. You could set it somewhere in the middle, for example 1720, or you could set it simply for the top, 1740. You could also set it for different candle wicks that you see extending. For example, you could set it maybe here, that would maybe be about 1705, something like that. So it really just depends where you want to set it. In this example, I'm just going to set it at 1700, the lower level of the profit margin, but you can set it anywhere. So we go over to 3 commas, smart sell, we go over to take profit, we will then type it in 1700. Now we'll do 1710, why not? 1710. We can see here this is a 1.6% profit if the order goes through. You can also split targets if you want to have, if you want to basically split the targets, you can do that as well. I don't generally do that though, as it's not really too beneficial in my opinion. So let me just reload this and we'll get back into it. So 13387, the price, take profit, we got it 1710. Trailing take profit. Now this is something a lot of people ask. No, not set at 5%. Trailing take profit, it basically allows, if the market goes up, it basically pushes your take profit up. It can be good, but I wouldn't recommend using it with too large of a price deviation. For example, you could use it with 1%. In this example, I usually wouldn't put it more than 1% unless I'm feeling very risky. 1% usually is the perfect amount for that. So we've got 1710 set on here, 1710. We also want to set our stop loss. So stop loss, where could we set this? So I'm going to set it to 1657, which is here. Again, you can choose where you want to set your stop loss. 1657 is where I'm going to be setting it. So you simply just type in 1657. Now this is not an example of a good trade. We have a 1.6% profit and we have a 1.54% stop loss. So I maybe would set, let's set this at 1730 for example. So it gives us a little bit more room. Even this though, it wouldn't be a great trade to make. This is just simply for the purpose of the tutorial video. As I said before, do not follow this trade. So here we have got a stop loss timeout. We don't need to do this. The trailing stop loss we can definitely have. What a trailing stop loss does is, say you entered Bitcoin and Bitcoin's at 10,000. You set your stop loss for 9,000, for example, and the Bitcoin goes up to 11,000. This means that you're trailing, because you put trailing stop loss. As the market price increases, your stop loss price will increase. For example, if you put your stop loss here and the market went up to here, your stop loss will then move up in proportion with the market. So even if the market's up here, your stop loss may be here, for example. So as the market goes up, a trailing stop loss, it pushes your stop loss up. So even if the market goes up and comes back down, your stop loss is set for a higher place than it previously was. It can be good in day trades. In swing trades, personally, I don't use it because you need to allow the market room to kind of wiggle around and move, and just to not get stopped out. However, a trailing stop loss is good when you're doing a day trade, for example, just in case. So we're going to leave the trailing stop loss on, but for most trades or swing trades or longer term trades, I wouldn't trade with a trailing stop loss. Then all we have to do is simply click create trade. You can see the units, ONT, buy price, total, the amount of Bitcoin we spent, the stop loss is set, the take profit is set, and we simply click confirm. Smart sell successfully created. Now we just come down here and we can see I've got a trade open right now, which is BAT to BTC. And this basically down here gives you an overview of what's going on in the trade. So we've got the ID of the trade number, the time you entered, the date, the amount of units of that particular asset. So this is BTC, this is BAT, the asset. Here it will be ONT. We've got the price you paid for it, and we've got the current market overview. So this one now is 0.39% in profit, $5 up, 0.4% profit, and this is the Bitcoin profit. Here right now we are in negative 31 cent, minus 0.1% profit, and this is the loss in Bitcoin so far. If you see a loss here, do not worry. Sometimes trades take a few hours or a few minutes to actually get into profit. They're not always going to be profitable, of course, but definitely don't panic if you do see that. If you want to panic sell for whatever reason, you can simply come over here and click add funds if you want to add funds, or you can click close at market price. This will basically just immediately sell your asset and get it back into Bitcoin or whatever that pairing you're trading. So if you want to immediately close, you can just click that like so. So I want to tell you how to do it on Binance. This is a pretty long video, guys. It really only, once you've done it a couple of times, it literally takes like 2 minutes to set up, not even that, maybe even a minute. So on Binance, all we would have to do, for example, if we just purchased our ONT, for example, we can only do one of two things on Binance. We can only set a stop loss, or we can set a take profit. So I'm going to show you the take profit first. So for example, if we come over here, we've got a take profit of 1700. You would just go into Binance and go on limit, and you would go over here to the price. You'll put 1700 and the amount, what was it, 387, I think, 387, and you would simply click sell ONT. Then this will post a limit order sell created, and we can see it here. And when the market gets up to 1700, it will then go ahead and sell. You can also post a stop loss, but you cannot post a take profit like we just did there, and a stop loss at the same time. So with Binance, you can only post a stop loss or a take profit. With something like 3 commas, you can post a take profit and a stop loss at the same time. That's really why I use 3 commas. It's just makes it a lot easier to do. So if we wanted to set a stop loss on Binance, all we would have to do is go over to stop limit. We would then go on sell ONT. Now a stop limit, I have explained it in previous videos, but basically what it does is the stop amount, whatever amount you put here. So for example, maybe I put let's do this, for example. So we got 1692. Let's remove this one. So the stop limit, the stop limit, basically the stop price, that when the market hits that price, it will then put your order onto the order books and it will try and sell for the limit price. So the stop price, when the market hits that price, it will then put your order onto the market. So for example, maybe I want to put 1692 and then I want to sell it at maybe 1680, for example. The amount 387. Then we would go ahead and put a sell like so. You can see if the last price rises to or above this price, the order will sell. So click place order, and then we can see here it's in the books. So once it reaches this price, it will put the order on the books at 1680. Honestly though, you can definitely use Binance for the trade alerts, but now we've set a stop loss. But what happens if the price goes up and then it comes back down? There's no way we can, unless we're actively watching Binance, there's no way we're going to be able to capitalize from that profit. So I really do recommend using 3 commas. It's way better to use, and we can see now we're in 0.18% profit on this test trade alert, which is great. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you have any comments, definitely leave them down below on this video. I've shown you how to use it with 3 commas and how to use it with Binance. Honestly, 3 commas is way worth the money. It's going to make you way more money than you actually pay for the subscription. So I definitely recommend using it. I'll just show you an example here. If we wanted to panic sell, we'll just simply go on here, click close market price, and it says, are you sure you want to panic sell at market price 0.92 plus 92 cents? Just click confirm, and then it will go ahead and panic sell that, and you'll be able to see that in your trader diary. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Any comments, leave them down below.